Welcome to the Brixton Rec, where we are for the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic 2019. I'm here with Ipswich basketball head coach Nick Drane. Nick, thank you for joining us. I guess we'll open up with, this is the first year that the All-Star Classic has added a women's game, and for the growth of the game, it's so important. What's your view on the importance of it and why it's just a huge step forward for the junior women's game in this country?
I think it's huge for the profile. And I think it's huge for grassroots, and what I mean by that is I think that the younger age groups, under 12s, under 14s, under 16s, need to see this game, see the talent, and go, I want to be there one day. And I think it's an enormous step, and it's all credit to Sam for putting it on, because it's the talent on show is going to be phenomenal.
And you've got a couple of players as well playing in the Classic, but I think they're lining up on the opposite side to you today. What's that going to be like as a coach, coaching against some of the players that you've helped to develop over the last 3 or 4 years?
Well, I think it's for bragging rights. I think that we're not shy about a bit of banter in Ipswich. So that's the fun side of it. It's kind of strange coaching against them, but I don't own them. I look after their basketball development year in, year out, and week in, week out. But it's a great experience for them to go and play for somebody else. And Jackson's a phenomenal coach and a great guy, one of my best friends. So, I couldn't pick someone better for them to be playing for today.
And I guess bragging rights for you and Jackson as well. And I guess also a real honour for the two of you to be selected for the first Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. Just what's that like for you personally to have been selected for the Classic?
It's a huge honour. It's something that I was not expecting. There's other coaches out there in the women's game that have been doing it for longer than me and have been hugely successful. So I'm kind of flattered. I hope I do it justice, and it's going to be great fun.
It definitely is. And just touching a little bit on your season with Ipswich, another relatively successful season for you. It feels like every single season we're saying Ipswich basketball, another successful season. How's the season been for you for 2018-19?
So our Division 1 women's team finished mid-table, which we had a pretty successful season the year before in Division 2, and we went undefeated and won the cup. And we knew that was unlikely to happen. Not this season, probably not any season. So to finish, mid-table in Division 1, having lost a couple of players to big university programs was tough, and I thought we were very competitive, and we nursed some injuries throughout the year, and we did really well. From an academy perspective, we made the Final Four, got knocked out by the eventual winners, Charnwood, who were just a level above everybody, and we won the under-17s, and we won the 3-on-3 in the end, so it was a pretty good year at academy level for the girls.
And so you will have coached against a lot of the talent that we've got on display here today. Who are a couple of the players that you would pinpoint as some of the standouts in this collection of talent that we've got on the floor?
Well, I mean, you have to start with Holly Winterburn. I know it's stating the obvious, but she's probably the best junior player I've ever coached against male or female, and I've been doing this for nearly 20 years. And she seems to have it all in terms of physical talent. She's incredibly mentally strong, incredibly competitive, and I'm looking forward to having her on my team because I've coached against her 3 times this year, and all 3 games she's absolutely lit us up. Holly, Lauren Christie's a very talented girl. I'm looking forward to coaching Megan Haynes. She's given us the business a couple of times this year for Cola. But they're all very, very talented.
And it is such a collection of talent that we've got on the floor. Just what's your view on where the women's game and the junior women's game, I guess, is currently at in this country, and what's the next logical step, I guess, for the women's game to continue to grow in the vein that it is doing at the moment within Great Britain?
Well, I think we're really rich in talent at the top end. So I think that in terms of, if you look at, the calibre of schools that some of these girls are committing to in the States, we're not getting as many guys going to big-time Division 1 colleges as we are girls. So I think the top end of the pyramid, in terms of the junior women's game, is outstanding. What we need to do is grow the base. And things like today's event, and other things that there are rumours to, I'm hearing things that something similar to Den Camp could be in the pipeline for the women's game as well. These are things that are just going to grow the profile and give younger girls something to aspire to be, because at the moment I don't think that there's enough happening for those young girls to go, yeah, that's where I want to be in 3, 4, 5 years' time.
Definitely, and we're hoping that today's game is a springboard for the women's game in this country. Nick, a massive thank you for joining us. I know you've got walkthrough in a minute with your team. before they take to the floor. So just a huge thank you from us for joining us, and a good look for the game today, which you can check out live at 4 p.m. on YouTube.